Hey guys, Crystal here. Wanted to let you guys know a few things. First of all, if you haven't noticed, we have monetized our YouTube. It had come recommended by many of you, so we just went ahead and did it. We're still a bit fuzzy on all the details of it, but we know the gist of it. So if that could help just pay like one of our phone bills, that would be pretty cool. If you saw the other two videos, you know that we've been having a sick week here. We've got my oldest son currently very sick, and he is sleeping on our bed right now, and we're just keeping an eye on him because he keeps throwing up, and we don't want him to like choke on his vomit or just have a hard time by himself. So he's always crying out for one of us when he's throwing up, so we're staying pretty close to him tonight. Zach is totally back to normal and his normal rascally self. Tomorrow is supposed to be grocery shopping day because we're going once a week. It might end up being just my husband will go and I'll stay home with Courage because when kids are sick, they usually just want their mommy, and so I'll just end up being here with him and keeping him comfort and stuff. We're realizing that going once a week grocery shopping is stretching us pretty thin, and maybe we should plan a bit more better. We had like meal plans for the first few days, and we were hoping that they would stretch out, but we're realizing that we eat a lot of food. So we may have to just add some more meals to that. To save some money, I did start couponing. And the day that we went grocery shopping last week, I was actually online for most of the morning and didn't really do much around the house. And my husband comes home and is like, well, what'd you do? And the house was still a mess. And I didn't realize that couponing takes so much time. Out of curiosity, I ended up looking up one of those coupon addicted shows. I forgot what they're called. But those people invest hours, like days, into couponing, and it's pretty like serious. So I don't really know if couponing to that extent is something that I will do, because that's valuable time that I would rather be spending with my family. And I just don't know if it's worth it in the end. We did save around $20 to $25 last time, which was cool, but that was 4 hours of work and looking online for coupons and stuff. Like, it was ridiculous, and most of the coupons that I saw were basically for crap food. So we had to look and see, I had to look and search for quality food coupons. So I'll probably end up couponing tomorrow just for a little bit and look in and see, but not the whole 4 hours like I did last time, because that was just ridiculous. That was so time consuming. I don't even know how people spend that much time couponing whenever there's so much other awesome stuff that they could be doing, like spending time with their family. And I understand that they do it because they're on a serious budget and to save money, but is it really worth it in the end, all the time that you spend couponing? Anyways, that's just my opinion of that whole thing. For the most part, we're staying on track with our budget. We haven't really been able to go into town or do anything anyways. The weather here has been kind of rainy and cold, not too cold, but just cold enough. So we've pretty much been hanging out in the house and being sick. So we did find this awesome Indian store close to Houston, and we really love Indian food. So somehow we're gonna have to work that into our budget, because they have the best pre-made samosas I've ever had. They were so good. and they're like 80 cents a piece. So I think that
And who charged all of those?
my husband's the one who looked up that store, and yeah, he's just taking credit for him. He's the one who looked it up and got into it. But we have to work that into our budget because that's just really good food. We found out that we get a $20 laundry credit since he's a work camper here, and it's just added on to his check. He gets paid every 2 weeks, so it'll just be added on once a month to his check, and that should help us with our budget, especially with laundry. We went over our laundry budget this week by a lot because there was just so much sickness going on and so much throwing up that I had to do laundry constantly. So we used a lot of quarters in doing laundry. Thankfully, this morning my husband got off work early and did the laundry for me, and basically just let me stay at Courage's side so that I could comfort him whenever he was really just having a hard time. So he also came home and pretty much sanitized everything, which was good. So everything's clean in the house now and everything's washed. So he is still getting sick, so we do have a pile and we have stuck it in a plastic bag so it doesn't start contaminating other things that we've already cleaned. And hopefully by tomorrow or the next day, sometime just really soon, he'll just get back to normal, and hopefully we're praying that this does not hit my husband or me. I don't know what the deal is, but every time a sickness comes in our house, I never get sick, and I really just don't know if that's like the grace of God, because if I got sick, then it would be really bad because I do like the house stuff and the kids stuff. So my husband having to do the house stuff, the cooking, the cleaning, and the kids, and taking care of me would not be fun. So the work camping is going fine. It's a bit more labor intensive than he initially thought. On some occasions, like they had to tear down a building and stuff and lift up big, huge 2x4s and stuff, like 2x5s, whatever. And so he's just dealing with that, and I'm making sure to give him some relaxing massages to help ease the pain of that. But it's not bad. He gets to come home whenever he wants, and we get to see him whenever we want. And you know, like the last week or so since the kids have been sick, he's not really worked that much, and they don't really mind, especially because he works like here, and as long as he gets his hours in for our site, then it's fine. So the other hours are just icing on top of the cake. So that was nice that they're really understanding about that, and we've been coming together as a family a whole lot more than we were at his last work camping job. So my husband's been cooking a lot more, which is awesome because he's probably one of the best cooks ever. Like when he really wants to cook, he can cook, and it is delicious. So we've been just taking turns cooking, and it's been really, really nice. And so a while ago, a few years ago, he used to have a passion of cooking and stuff like that. So it's nice to see him cooking again, and cooking from scratch, and looking up recipes and getting excited about stuff like that. So I'm glad that being here gives us an opportunity for him to do that, and for us to just do things we wouldn't have been able to do if he had worked a full-time job, or we wouldn't be work campers and stuff like that. the kids have been sick a lot lately, and my best friend got a hold of me, and I don't know, like, so much stuff has been going on that I kind of forgot my maid of honor duties. So I've been really hopping online and getting a lot of stuff like that done, and her photographer just bailed on her, and her wedding's in May. So I'm realizing what a nightmare it is trying to get a photographer like 4 or 5 months before a wedding, because those guys book in like a year in advance. So I'm so glad that we did not have a real wedding and we just got married in our apartment, because this is a lot of BS to deal with. So it's cool though. I'm not worried. She deserves to have the wedding of her dreams, and we'll get through it. But a lot of responsibilities that I forgot I have to do. So that's pretty much it. I think the gas is working just fine here. The propane's fine. Fridge is fixed. Only thing really going on is we really have to fine-tune our budgeting, and we have to make sure that our kids are feeling good, and really trying to just keep our home as clean as possible so that germs just don't keep spreading and we don't get, I'm assuming that this is a virus. So my youngest was tested for the flu, so it can't be the flu because he didn't have that. So some kind of virus going around. So we're just keeping things clean, and my husband and I are taking the best precautions that we possibly can so that we don't get sick. But thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for all your awesome suggestions and your advice. We really appreciate it, and we put a lot of those to use, or I write them in my nifty notebook for RVing. So speaking of notebook, my husband and I just got done playing Scrabble, and I don't want to brag or anything, but I did kick his butt.
Lies.
I did kick his butt in the first half. Okay. He just got up off the bed like he was gonna charge towards the camera and tell the truth. Okay, I kicked his butt in the first half, and the second half he didn't kick my butt a little bit. Just a little. So anyways.
Just a lot, my 100 points.
They can't hear you.
100 points.
Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on our next video when hopefully everyone is way healthier and happier, and you'll get to see the house cleaner. Thanks guys. Bye.